I read 6 books in the month of March. Some amazing books. Let's talk about them. Hello lovely book dragons, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Joana and I love reading fantasy. I read other things, but I primarily read fantasy. Today we're here to talk about all the books I managed to read in the month of March. I read 6 books and I loved all of them, so let's talk about it. First book I want to talk about is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is my all-time favorite book. I have a Why You Should Read here on the channel. This was my 4th reread of this book. I loved it so much. We actually just had also on Saturday a live stream with some of the cosmereunbounded crew about this book, which I will also leave linked up here or down below, so that you can go watch it if you have read it and you want to see what we thought about it. It is spoiler free and then spoilery. So this book is my favorite book of all time, guys. This is my 4th time reading it. I loved it so much. What can I say? Just read it. This is amazing. Then I read The Deep by River Solomon. I listened to this one on audio and I really liked the audiobook. In this book we follow people at sea who actually are the children of the slaves that were pregnant and were thrown overboard. And so these slaves had their children and they became kind of like mermaid siren type of things. And so we follow that and we follow them and their experiences. And in this world, like these people have one person who keeps all the memories, but at one point during the year they have to share it with everyone so that the people remember and then they forget again and they are the only ones with the memories again. I will leave every single Goodreads page of the books I mentioned in the description if you want more details about them. But this book was really good, but it was a bit too short, so I wish we'd spend a bit more time with it, but I still really enjoyed it and I gave it 3 stars. I liked it. It was good, but I think it would have benefited from being a bit more fleshed out. But yeah, I still really liked it and I'm happy I read it, and the other book was actually really good. And then the final 4 books belong to 2 series. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Voiceofwar and Stones of Light by Zach Argyle. I read these 2 books in the month of March. I was given Stones of Light as an arc to read and review, which I have done. I have reviewed both of these books in a video here on my channel, which I will leave linked up here in the cards as well, so you can go check it out. These books are so incredibly fun, guys. I had so much fun reading these. I read the second book, like 60% of the second book in one evening after work, just like go. I just couldn't stop reading. They're so fast-paced. I'm not going to talk too much about them because I have a whole review about them. If you want to go see it, you can see it there. It is completely non-spoiler. But if you want to support a self-published author, fantasy self-published author, and you don't know where to start, I would definitely recommend these ones because they're so fun, they're so fast-paced, the magic system is beautiful to imagine, the characters are great, but if you like fast-paced books, these are for you. This wrap-up is very short because either I've already done individual reviews for the books, or like The Deep, I don't have that much to say about it. So we're already at the last 2 books that I read, and what books, guys, what books. I read Ruin and Wrath by John Gwynne. These books were 5 stars each. This book ruined me. This book was amazing. Guys, The Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne is now one of my new all-time favorite series. I'm so happy that I read these. I have a Should You Read for Malice here on the channel, which I did in January when I started reading the series. I have not done this in so long, but I just binged a series, and I definitely binged these. These ones I read back to back. I love them so much. I pretty much read one of these books over a weekend because I cannot put them down. They are so amazing. They're so good. You just want to know what happens. I love them. I love them. I love these books so much. Guys, I'm not going to say too much about these because that would be spoiling the whole series. I just want to say that if you have read Malice and you had a difficult time, then continue. Read Valor, read Ruin, read Wrath. These are so good. Klaus even liked Valor better than he liked Malice. So even Klaus, who didn't like Malice that much, he enjoyed book 2, and I'm telling you, books 3 and 4, these books just get better and better and better and better. I love these. These have every trope I love. The animal companion trope, the chosen one trope, the family trope, the prophecy trope, and yet the tropes are kind of thrown on their head sometimes. Like, it's not always what you think it's gonna be, and I love these books. They're so great. These books are just amazing. They're one of my new favorite series of all time. John Gwynne is one of my all-time favorite authors. Now, I will read everything the man writes, and yeah, that's it. That's it for these. These are definitely worth it. These are worth your time. If you like book 1, I highly recommend continuing on because this series is so dear to me. I love these characters. Guys, I love these so much. So there you go, guys. That is actually everything I read in the month of March. It was 6 books and I absolutely enjoyed everything I read. The Deep was 3 stars. Voiceofwar was 4 stars. Stones of Light was 4.5 stars, and then Ruin, Wrath, and The Final Empire were all 5-star books. So yeah, guys, it was a great month. I wish I'd read more, of course. I always wish I read more, but I'm so happy with what I read, and everything was just like, I don't know, and if I think about it, all the covers kind of look nice together, all in these shades of blue. I'm just so happy about what I read. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your favorite book of March? Mine, if you don't count The Final Empire because it was a reread, I will say it's Ruin and Wrath as like a duo, because I cannot pick. I love both of them. But I will say I was super surprised by the Threadlight series by Zach Argyle, because I didn't expect to love him as much as I did. So that would actually be my recommendation for this video. If you haven't checked these ones out yet, I definitely recommend checking out Zach Argyle's books, because they were great. And short fantasy books, guys, we need those. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you very soon with another one. Bye, guys.